This instrument I'm playing at the moment is a baritone. I particularly like the baritone ukulele, at the moment at least. But I play a reentrant tuned baritone uke. That means this fourth string is a high D rather than a low D, which many people use on the baritone. I try and get people interested more in using the high D, the reentrant tuning, purely because I think it's got advantages over having low tuning. Now the low D tuning gives you one advantage, and that is it gives you 3 extra diatonic notes. So you could do a little run up to the next string, for instance. But with a high D, or with a reentrant tuned instrument generally, you have several other advantages. One is you can do campanella. That is, you can divide the tune up, often between the first and the fourth string. So divide the tune up and it gives a sort of bell-like sound, which is what the word campanella means. Another advantage, though, is you can play clawhammer. And for that, you need this high fourth string. It's rather imitating the short string that you find on a 5-string banjo. There's one other advantage, and that is that you're able to use that fourth string as a drone and play chords over the top of it, such as this. So I'm playing here a chord of D, a chord of G, and a chord of A over the D bass note. And it gives a clash, but you can resolve it easily onto a chord of 1. That's a tricky one. I would say I generally look for a tune that can be played on the ukulele. Now, of course, any tune can be played on the ukulele. You can play anything. It's a very versatile instrument. But why make it difficult for yourself? My biggest tip, I think, would be if you're arranging something for a ukulele, find a tune that you like, a tune that you know, and a tune that can easily be played on the ukulele. And keep the arrangement simple. Now, I think the key to keeping it simple is actually choosing, no pun intended, the right key. Now, on a tenor instrument, for instance, the keys that you would normally go for would be probably C or F, maybe G, maybe A, so maybe D. But I would say that C and F are the 2 keys that work best. They give you lots of open strings, which give you scope for doing simple arrangements that maybe sound a little harder than they really are. On the baritone, the 2 keys would be G and C, because the tuning is different. And secondly, I would decide whether you're going to do it for reentrant tuning or low 4th string tuning, linear tuning. Linear meaning just that the strings get bigger or smaller depending which way you go. Decide which one you're going to go for and arrange it for that. You can't easily change from one to another in the same arrangement. Okay, I suppose there are 2 ways of doing an arrangement. One is to just remember what you've played and try and play at the same time next time, but same way next time. That's tricky. It's the arrangement somehow changes every time you play it. So having some good software is pretty vital, I think. Now, the problem with that is that you need to have some knowledge of either tab or conventional musical notation. But you see, learning that is a big advantage when you're playing any instrument. The same applies to the ukulele. The more you learn about the rudiments of music, the easier it becomes. So I would say get some software that enables you to tabulate the notes, put the notes into some sort of musical form, either conventional music or tab, and keep it simple. I mean, choose a nursery rhyme or something. Nice and simple.